You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
The fire marshal's office returned to the scene of a fire that destroyed a cabin in Rockwood. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Farley. A Skowhegan man has been indicted by the Somerset County Grand Jury for attempted murder. And the University of Maine in Augusta honors military service members who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories in just a moment. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey, Susan. Happy Monday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Lou Jean Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. All right, here's a look at the advisories. We actually have winter weather advisories that are up across the northern ends of the state, and this lasts until about 5 o'clock later this evening. And this is because of snow moving in from the northeast to the south and west that may accumulate a bit, just enough to make travel tricky. We also have wind developing, which is why we have wind advisories posted as well. Along the ocean, the wind's causing issues, which is why we have gale warnings posted until midnight along the coast, and also this very teeny tiny area of a small crab advisory by Portland also posted until about midnight later on tonight. So here's that snow and maybe some rain mixing in as well. The radar showing it as all snow at this point, moving from the north going toward the south, so we'll be noticing that throughout the daytime period today. With temperatures warming up, this may switch over to some rain from time to time as well. Courtesy of this area low pressure right about in here. I'll pull this map further off towards the north. We're watching the snow that is going to be developing with this area low pressure. You can see the circulation right there, and it's kind of tracking towards the west, and there's a little bit more on the way with a little bit of this as well. So we're just getting started with this throughout the week with chances for rain and snow showers moving in from the northeast to the south and west. So you have the winds gusting up to around 20 miles per hour, sustained gusts up to 40 miles per hour at the highest cannot be ruled out either, but backing off especially as we head towards Tuesday. Hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period. It'll be windy out there at times, otherwise cloudy with chances for rain and snow showers. Again, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. A man from Massachusetts was killed Sunday following a crash on the Maine Turnpike. State police say 22-year-old Kevin Mahoney was traveling south when he suddenly veered off the highway and struck a tree. It happened around 8 o'clock Sunday morning. Officials say Mahoney was the only person in the vehicle and he died at the scene. They suspect excessive speed was a contributing factor. A two-car crash at an icy intersection in Brewer sent 2 people to the hospital. It was just before 7 Sunday morning, and the Brewer Fire Department was called to the area of 304 North Main Street for a 2-vehicle accident. 2 people were transported to a local hospital with minor injuries. Northern Light Medical Transport, Brewer Police, and Union Street Towing assisted with that crash. Investigators from the State Fire Marshal's office returned to the scene of a fire that destroyed a cabin in Rockwood. It happened Friday on the shore of Moosehead Lake. The Rockwood Fire Department says no one was there when the fire broke out and nobody was injured. Flames were shooting from the structure when they arrived, and there was little they could do to save the building. Fire crews had to pump water from the lake in order to douse the flames. There's still no word on what might have sparked that fire. A Skowhegan man has been indicted by the Somerset County Grand Jury for attempted murder. 43-year-old Neil McLean was indicted on 2 counts of arson and 1 count of attempted murder. Police say the incident happened in October of last year. 2 others were arrested after police searched a home in Palmyra in October. 40-year-old Joseph Quimby and 44-year-old Jessica Quimby were both indicted on drug trafficking, unlawful operation of a methamphetamine lab, and drug possession charges. They were also indicted for endangering the welfare of a child. Police say when they searched 2 buildings on the Wyman Road, they seized fentanyl, methamphetamine, Suboxone strips, 2 guns, and other drug-related items, as well as cash. The Department of Health and Human Services was called in because children were present at the scene. The director of an Augusta homeless shelter has been ordered to serve 1 year in jail for sexually abusing a minor. 51-year-old Jeffrey Tyler, the former facilities director of Bread of Life Ministries in Augusta, pleaded guilty to 1 count of sexual abuse of a minor. The victim says Tyler began sexually abusing her when she was 14 years old, and it continued for several years. He was arrested at the ministry in Augusta in September 2019. Tyler was sentenced to 5 years with all but 1 year suspended. A Maine-based company recently delivered some bad news to a large number of its employees. David Ledford has the details.
It's pretty devastating to the area. Our area could use the job.
Puritan Medical Products, based in Guilford, has announced that 251 employees at its 2 Pittsfield locations have been furloughed. The company opened the facilities after the onset of the pandemic, hiring hundreds of employees in the process. And officials say the company is the largest manufacturer of medical swabs in the country, which have been used to test for the COVID-19 virus. According to the company, the furloughs are a result of a decrease in demand for swabs, but town officials say the change is nothing new.
The town of Pittsfield, as well as the region, is very resilient. We've been through many closures, layoffs, and furloughs before. It is to be unfortunately expected in a community that has 2 massive, large plants with huge numbers of people employed there.
Puritan also recently laid off 57 temporary employees last month at their Tennessee location. However, representatives say the Pittsfield furloughs are not permanent and hope to bring back all affected employees within 6 months. One resident of nearby Palmyra says that in the meantime, the community will still feel the impact.
I worked for the town of Pittsfield in the past and was here during the whole process of rebuilding and getting it up and running, and there's a lot of people that I know that work there for that process too. So I have some friends that work there. The grocery store is going to be affected drastically by it. All of the local businesses will be.
Puritan representatives say the company will continue insurance benefits for the furloughed employees and has opened an employee assistance center in Pittsfield to aid workers. In Pittsfield, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Faculty, students, and veterans joined together at the University of Maine in Augusta to honor military service members who have made the ultimate sacrifice. A.J. Douglas talked to the mother of a fallen soldier who's working to make sure her son's memory lives on.
Ariel, I have the honor and privilege of carrying the stone for Army Captain Christopher J. Sullivan.
Army Sergeant Nicholas A. Robinson. It's a privilege.
That story I will keep with me forever.
The University of Maine partnered with the Summit Project and Blue Star Mothers to recognize 20 service members from across the state who lost their lives while actively serving. Both organizations support recognition projects dedicated to veterans.
The Gold Star families and what they've lost is everything, you know. So in order to take a little bit of the time out of my life to show them the appreciation.
Tribute stones with the names of fallen soldiers were each placed in a display case to symbolize the continued memory of those who served in an effort to ensure their names are never forgotten. Blue Star Mothers work together to help mothers grieving after losing a child to active duty. Susan Stout speaks on how ceremonies like this help her family after the loss of her son in 2009.
It means everything. His name has been spoken. He's been honored and respected by those who have been here today.
We want to remember them. We want to remember their life and their story.
The president of the University of Maine says this ceremony represents the university well as the institution works to recognize student and community veterans.
I will say that it's a small piece of what we can do to just help remember those fallen.
The Summit Project Honor Case is currently displayed at the Michael Clare Center for the next 2 months. In Augusta, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, we'll find out what some employees want to happen with their work schedule. We'll be right back.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary and live in the area, call now to see how this little card could get you some big benefits, including up to $840 added back to your Social Security check each year. With one toll-free call, you can find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. You get an all-in-one plan designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, prescription drugs with $0 generics, dental, vision and hearing, plus the WellCare Visa Flex Card to pay for extra dental, vision, and hearing expenses, money for over-the-counter items, and up to $840 back in your Social Security check each year. And so much more. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare plan for a $0 monthly premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 monthly premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-877-282-3827 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, including up to $840 each year added to your Social Security check to help cover your Part B premium. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free plan guide will provide information to make a smart choice for your Medicare coverage. Just call 1-877-282-3827. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information. So call 1-877-282-3827. Call today. WellCare. Medicare done well.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
State Representative Amy Roeder of Bangor has proposed legislation that would protect workers from retaliation when they ask for employees for flexible work schedules. Representative Roeder said, quote, "This bill comes after fruition after I learned that a constituent of mine faced retaliation for requesting a flexible work schedule that resulted in him leaving his job of 15 years. While employers do not have to agree to a flexible work schedule request, they should not be allowed to discipline those who are just trying to balance work alongside their many responsibilities, including finding childcare or caring for themselves or a loved one who is ill." There are currently no provisions in Maine state law offering this protection for workers. The legislature's Labor and Housing Committee intends to hold a public hearing on the bill in the coming weeks. A plan to require drivers to clear snow and ice from their vehicles is getting some big support. Drivers are currently only required to remove ice and snow from their windows and windshields. It's perfectly legal to drive around with a foot of snow on your roof of the vehicle in Maine. Lawmakers want to amend Maine's unsecured load law to include snow and ice in the language. Minor amounts of snow and ice do not constitute a violation. Past proposals have failed, but state police say they can enforce this law.
And here's why. This proposal does not require motorists pulling off on the side of a road to remove snow from their vehicle during a snow event. So if you go home today and you don't have time to clear the snow, you will not be in violation. We still hope you will do that.
State police say enforcement would be a common sense approach. Some loggers express concern about safety for truckers forced to climb their trucks to remove snow. The Department of Public Safety estimates about 30 crashes since November were caused by snow or ice falling off one vehicle and landing on another. The committee is still debating the bill. It was a tough year for Maine lobstermen, who reported hauling in a smaller catch than last year. The industry battled surging fuel and bait prices, rebukes from key retailers, and the looming possibility of new restrictions to protect whales. Despite Maine lobster exploding in value in recent years, due in part to growing international demand, the industry brought about 98 million pounds of lobster to the docks, worth about $389 million. That was more than 11% less than in previous years, in which they harvested more than 110 million pounds of lobster, worth more than $740 million. The per pound value of lobster also fell from an all-time high in 2021. A tasty tradition is back and in full swing for the 15th year in a row. It's Maine Restaurant Week. Eateries across the state are participating by creating specialty dishes and menus to appeal to customers during a traditionally slow part of the season for restaurants. Co-creator and organizer of the event, Jillian Britt, says the delicious celebration of Maine food serves as an important purpose.
Winter's a slow time of year for many businesses, obviously, and you look around, like even the weather today, it definitely impacts the bottom line. And so by creating a promotion, you've created something that encourages that spending and helps the economy. It's like Christmas for some, 12 days of dining out.
The event kicked off March 1st and will run through the 12th of the month. There are 3 participating locations in Bangor, 1 in Old Town, and 4 in Camden. To learn more and find out about all the participating restaurants, visit MaineRestaurantWeek.com. After the break, we'll find out why some emergency rooms aren't prescribing painkillers. We'll be right back.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and 0 compromises. Just go to anthemmainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for 0 extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with 0 compromises for you and your wallet.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Now to the train derailments in Ohio. Today, the NTSB investigators are expected to be at the scene of the latest one over the weekend in Springfield, Ohio. It happened just more than a month after the toxic derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. Both of those trains owned by the same company.
This morning, rail company Norfolk Southern faces more scrutiny over its safety record after another train derailment.
This train was over 200 cars, which is 50 more cars than the East Palestine train. So the railroad's got a lot of questions they've got to answer, and they really haven't done it very well yet.
Dashcam video shows the moment a Norfolk Southern train derailed in Springfield, Ohio over the weekend. 28 of the 212 cars derailed, including 4 empty tankers with residual amounts of diesel exhaust fluid and common industrial products. Authorities say the crash poses no threat to the public's health.
Once we got crews in there, we noticed that there was no hazards leaking, no spillage.
The cause of the derailment is still under investigation. This marks Norfolk Southern's 4th train derailment in Ohio in the past 5 months, including the derailment in East Palestine, where a toxic waste cleanup is still underway. Since the February 3rd derailment, residents there have suffered from a range of symptoms, including headaches, anxiety, coughing, fatigue, and skin irritation. The Environmental Protection Agency has now ordered Norfolk Southern to test the area for dioxins, which can cause cancer.
Safety is our number one priority. And as I stated earlier, our derailments, our mainline derailments are on the decline.
According to the Federal Railroad Administration, Norfolk Southern transports goods across nearly 20,000 miles of rail in 22 states and Washington, D.C. New legislation proposed by a bipartisan group of senators would require rail companies to notify state emergency officials if they're transporting hazardous materials.
Shouldn't take a rail disaster to get us working together like that, and that's what we're going to be doing.
On Thursday, Norfolk Southern CEO is set to testify in front of Congress about those recent derailments.
The 2024 race for the White House continues to take shape. Former President Trump is vowing to keep campaigning even if he's indicted in any of the multiple investigations he's facing. Meanwhile, announcements this weekend from two people thought to be running. One is in, the other out. ABC's Lindsay Watts has the latest from Washington.
This morning, we're getting a clearer picture of the 2024 presidential race.
I am your warrior. I am your justice. And for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution.
Former President Donald Trump speaking at the Conservative Political Action Conference, telling reporters he's in even if he's indicted. This as he faces state and federal investigations over his finances, classified documents, and the January 6th Capitol attack.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't even think about leaving.
One of his biggest challenges expected to come from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. DeSantis hasn't officially announced his campaign yet, but he's currently on a book tour with stops planned this week in key states Iowa and Nevada.
We have a big problem with the federal establishment in Washington.
Yesterday, Maryland's former governor announcing he won't seek the Republican nomination. Larry Hogan saying a crowded field could help Trump win. Meantime, Democrat Marianne Williamson announcing she will run again. The self-help author spoke exclusively to ABC's Jonathan Karl.
I don't see myself as running against Joe Biden. I see this campaign as challenging a system.
As for Biden, at age 80, he's the oldest serving president in U.S. history, but says he will run again.
My intention has been from the beginning to run, but there's too many other things I have to finish in the near term before I start a campaign.
Also officially in the race, former South Carolina Governor and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. Haley attended CPAC last week as well, and while she saw some support, she was also heckled by Trump supporters. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
As the opioid overdose epidemic continues to be a public health crisis, emergency departments aren't prescribing as many of the powerful painkillers. With more, here's ABC's Faith Abube.
Emergency departments are giving fewer prescriptions for opioids, intense painkillers like Oxycontin and Vicodin than ever before. That's according to a new CDC report. The analysis showed that from 2019 to 2020, opioids were prescribed to patients leaving the emergency department only 8% of the time, down from 12% from 2017 to 2018. The decrease was seen across all races and ethnicities, and for patients with all types of insurance. It shows that doctors are being more cautious around the addictive drugs, but time will tell if that'll help curb the opioid crisis. With this Medical Minute, I'm Faith Abube, ABC News.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care in Brewer is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you. Apply today.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin.
Excuse me. Roll it back, everybody.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more. But it's so absorbent, you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve occasional nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance.
Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
It turns out that cookbooks aren't just useful for helping you make tastier meals. They can also provide a big boost to your bank account, but generally speaking, only the old ones that offer a second benefit. In fact, old cookbooks could be worth a small fortune. A collection expert says the value of an old cookbook hinges on its historical value, nostalgia, unique recipes, artistic value, investment value, and celebrity status. So be sure to do a little research before you throw it away or give away any of your old cookbooks. Who knew? Devin Biggs has a recipe for nicer weather. Let's check the full forecast. Devin?
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, they are Paramount. Give them a call for a free estimate today. All right, let's get into things right now. We do have winter weather advisories that are posted until about 5 p.m. later this evening for these counties highlighted here in the purple, and this is because of snow moving in. For the northeast to the south and west, that may cause some travel issues in a few spots. We have wind advisories posted as well until about 5 p.m. later this evening. Also have some gale warnings in effect. Some of these expire later this evening at 4 p.m. I'll readjust them back because some of these expire a little bit later at about midnight tonight for some of these gale warnings. And a tiny area of a small craft advisory, about where my hand is at now, is up until about midnight tonight as well. So it's right near the Portland area as things do develop there with the wind, ranging from around 2 to 11 foot wave heights according to some of the buoys right now. So definitely a mess out there now, and even some brighter colors out towards seas. So not fun out there in the ocean during the daytime period. Today, we are watching snow moving in from the north going toward the south. With temperatures getting above freezing today, I will not be surprised to see this transition to a little bit of rain from time to time, which is why the mention today is rain and snow showers possible. Off for the north and east, we're seeing things develop right now. This broad area, a low pressure, just one little swirl right around in here. A little farther off towards the east, look at this, even more on the way located right about in here. So this pattern kind of set up for this. So we're going to be watching out for snow that will be developing throughout the week with rain and snow showers possible. So that's the area of low pressure right about in there. And now we're watching more action off toward the west, moving off toward the east with snow in parts of Michigan and Wisconsin that's been falling throughout the daytime today. So Futurecast moving forward, there's all the snow right there and maybe some rain mixing in as well. Moving through today, we'll get some breaks later on tonight with the clouds breaking up at times as well. And then we'll have a little bit more rain and snow possible as we head towards the Tuesday, most of it in the northern ends of the state. And then we kind of press repeat. We get a few breaks developing. And then we'll watch for another wave of rain and snow showers possible as we head towards Tuesday night and the Wednesday as well. So it's kind of a case of we deal with rain and snow showers, we get a break, and then we press repeat. And that'll be the general idea moving forward for a few days. So at least for today, though, not much snow, maybe just enough to cause some travel difficulties, maybe minimal accumulations before we're all finished up. We'll add a little bit more snow as we head towards your Tuesday. So between now and Wednesday, at least early Wednesday morning, we'll be watching for a little bit of snow moving in. Average high being 37 degrees. We'll reach for the middle to upper 30s today and tomorrow, with 40s on the way Wednesday to Thursday, upper 30s Friday, Saturday, and also a near Sunday. Forecast for today, upper 30s rain and snow showers on the way. Northwest wind up to 40 miles per hour. By tonight, 23 degrees, snow showers, also breezy out there. Northwest wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, mid-30s, rain and snow showers on the way again. North wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by our new sponsor, Paramount Paving, showing a mostly cloudy sky for your Wednesday, highs in the lower 40s. Lower 40s again for your Thursday, rain and snow showers. Partly cloudy Friday, highs in the upper 30s.
Thank you, Devin. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not. It's coming.